stream, and then we'll figure it out. Hello, everybody.
Hey, everyone. Sorry that we're a minute late. We're trying to get we have some new tech things. So we've got some things to help so that we can see the chat like with our camera. So we're not always looking off to the side or missing chat. So Teg's just trying to get that set up for the rest of it. We just used it for our monthly hangout with supporters at the that works.
CM and above.
The cast member and above level. But we didn't have a chat, so we had to do it differently. No, so it's cutting off for me because we don't have it further back. It'll be okay. I can see the last name, but I can't see the first name with how it's cut. That works. Beautiful. So anyways, so bear with us while we're getting our new setup figured out. Yes, welcome, Donna. Thank you for being someone that did put a chat in so that we could figure out if our thing for chat was gonna work or not, and it's working.
Why?
We got it. We have everything kind of temporarily set up, and then I think we'll probably figure out a more permanent setup for it.
There we go.
So that we redo everything and make everything fit. We're going to redo our setup in general because we realized there was a bunch of stuff we have on our desk that we didn't even need anymore, but we still had right here So anyways. So welcome. Thank you for joining. Hopefully we'll get a couple more folks popping in and joining. But we're going to be talking mostly about our recent trip, which we just got back from just shy of a week ago. It was last week, Monday, we got home. But we were able to go to Disneyland for the 70th anniversary. We got to experience the new Walt animatronic. We also got to check out the new verse, I think is what they're calling it, the new verse for
Is that what we're going to talk about
World.
and not the stuff that literally hasn't aired on our podcast yet?
What are you talking about?
The mouse meat has not aired yet.
I know, and I said when I was getting there.
Oh.
And we also got to go and experience the mouse meet. So we are answering any and all of your questions that you may have about those events.
I still think you missed my thing.
So do you not want to
what
talk
I'm
about
saying
the mouse
is
meet?
we've talked about it for a future episode.
Yep, I'm asking if they have questions, though.
That was fine.
Yeah.
But I just don't, I didn't know if you were going to recount our thing, and I was we should not do that.
Just, yes, Kvehi, we are twins today.
Oh, yeah, let me...
Thank you for noticing.
I worked first. But
I had it picked out, but I just didn't put it on until the last minute because I didn't want to spill on it. But yeah, no, we're answering your questions that you may have about all of the above. But yeah, like Tag mentioned, this week's podcast discussion topic is all about the mouse meet. So we'll get into all sorts of details, but if it's an event that you have been thinking about or just want to hear more about or have any specifics, let us know. We can tell you about our experience and help answer any of those questions. Overall, though, highly recommend. Tag said multiple times that I was not hyping it up. It is as awesome as I was saying.
You were hyping it.
Yeah, but I wasn't overhyping it.
No, she was accurately portraying how amazing of an event it was.
Yeah. But anyways, so if you guys have any specific
that was
questions,
aiming different
I don't know. I couldn't get it to go how I had it, and then it got bumped.
Because we were messing with it.
Yeah, maybe I did it like this. No. Yes.
That should work. That looks better.
It's very precariously perched right now.
Yeah, Donna, you should have messaged us somehow on social media or in the Discord or something, because
there,
we could have seen you.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Donna. That's awesome. It was a good show. I mean, the internet, right, can always be a negative place, and it's very easy for people to point out all of the things that are, I don't know, wrong or not perfect. But overall, I think they did a really great job with it. I hope you guys enjoy. What do you guys think of all of our little tidbits that we had from either like our podcast friends or people that we've had on the podcast. What do you guys think of all like hearing other folks' point of view after they got to experience it, and then also their thoughts on just the 70th as a whole?
Yeah, it's good to get that feedback. Also, as a reminder, since the stream's a little ahead of comments, this is your last opportunity this next week if you want to leave a voicemail for the 400th episode, or if you want to send in stuff. If you go to DLWeekly.net/400 feedback or something like that, let me just double check what that was. /400 feedback.
I realize my cup is right in the shot. Sorry, everyone.
400. Yep. DLWeekly.net/400 feedback if you want to send it in as a text, or you can call 657-345-4445. That number's also on our website at DLWeekly.net to send in. We got quite a bit of stuff already, but we would love to hear more if we haven't heard from you already. Or is there anybody who hasn't listened to this week's episode yet? Because I know some people get behind.
We'll have to. You and I are gonna have to make a plan on how we're gonna tackle this. The reading the reading ones are fine, but
we'll listen to it
figure
and
out
then
the
respond.
listening to make sure they're in the correct order and all that fun stuff.
Oh, I see.
Deanne, that's okay. You were traveling. I mean, I'm not going to say you had lots of time in the car that you could have. No, just kidding. Just kidding. You had company in the car with you, so that was polite of you to be spending time with.
I bet the company in the car's caught up. Just kidding.
Could be. Nobody
Deanne, we
has
just like to harass
any
you.
Questions about the 17th or the mouse meat? I'm shocked. Don't be nervous. No question is silly. Trying to think of any other kind of cool things. Well, we went to the Goofy movie. We didn't talk about. Did we talk about that?
Yes.
Yeah, we did talk about that. We went to the Goofy movie screening, which is a D23 event that is going all around the U.S. I don't remember all of the different stops, but there's lots of them. But it was a very fun, interactive experience to be a part of. And it was fun because
through the end of the month.
I just love the movie, and I've watched it many, many times. Tag, this is the second time ever, I think, that you had seen it. So very different perspectives or thoughts kind of going in, and just how we experienced the event itself. But it was super fun.
If you're in the Midwest, August 21st, 23rd, or 24th, there's still tickets for the Detroit, Michigan, the Cleveland, Ohio, and Indianapolis shows. Everywhere else is sold out. There's one in Orlando at the end of August. There's Chicago, St. Louis, Boston, Salt Lake City, San Francisco, San Diego. Yeah.
I think it'd be so fun to be the crew that gets to go around and keep putting this event on, and travel all over the place and meet all sorts of Disney fans from across the U.S.
One of those people, I'm going to put the link if I can get the chat to work. I don't know why it's not.
I can see you clicking it. There you go.
That's weird.
It's got a delay. Yes, Deanne, we did go to the Tiki restaurant Sunday night. The Tiki restaurant was called Nui Nui. What did you think? That was my second time being there. We got to go there the first time I experienced the mouse meat, but that was your first time. What did you think?
It was good. I thought the food was good. The atmosphere is pretty cool. We got to ask the waitress about the pool situation because there's a pool there as well. And apparently they're part of a old school complex. And this was the pool for the school, and they had some other stuff in there. And so, so they're the only part that's detached from the rest of the complex that is now a hotel resort thing, whatever. And I wouldn't even notice they were part of anything that.
It was
interesting.
But
it was really good. Our waitress was fantastic. It was nice to spend time with Teresa and Eric after all the chaos of the mouse meat. The food was good. I think Eric and you enjoyed your food and your drinks.
Mm-hmm.
So I would highly recommend it if anybody's in the Pacific Northwest and they'd like to go to a tiki bar. That is not a bad option.
And going on a Sunday was actually really nice because it was
nobody there.
Yeah, it was very quiet. So it was kind of we had a corner of the restaurant all to ourselves. Whereas when we went previously, we went on Saturday night and that place was hopping. probably like need reservations kind of like level of busy when we went 2 years ago on a Saturday night. But it was very fun. It was very enjoyable. It was a great way to like Tag said, kind of just like wrap up the weekend and kind of just have a fun yet chill experience still to kind of like be, I don't know, cherry on top type thing. It was fun.
Nice to wind down from everything, because we had recorded we recorded it before that, didn't we?
The Mouse Meat podcast. Yeah, the Mouse Meat episodes.
Before that. Yeah. So we were like done with work for the weekend, so it was kind of nice. And then it was just a great environment. We stayed there for quite a while. I think longer than we expected to stay there, but because we were having a good time. It was also a great time to spend with all the weekly tiers who were able to meet us at the Mouse Meat event.
Oh my gosh. So
there's quite a lot of
Tag was making fun of me because before we did anything, I counted how many DL Weekly official weekly tier buttons we started our weekend with. And we started our weekend with 40 buttons because you just never know how many. And buttons, if you've ever met us in person, we give these buttons out to people when they meet us in person. So it's not like we just give them out randomly or anything like that. It's just you had to have met us in person to have one of these buttons.
And this isn't even everybody in the photo.
No, that's not. So that's a snippet of the beginning of our meetup post Mouse Meet. But we gave out, I think it was 21 buttons. And so that was 21 new weekly tiers that we met. Most of them were at the Mouse Meet, but I lost count as to how many weekly tiers we got to meet a second, third, fourth. You know, it was not the first time we had met them, so we didn't give them buttons. So I don't have a count of that, but I would guess that we probably had between 20, 25 weekly tiers just at the meetup.
Yeah.
We maybe met like another dozen throughout the day that weren't able to join for the meetup.
I think this is the most that we've ever had at the park, which is crazy.
Yeah. And probably like a handful of weekly tiers we met like on the 17th. I was actually surprised we didn't bump into more weekly tiers, but it was a very, very busy day. So it'd be very difficult to spot someone in the crowd because the crowds were very, very large.
Yeah.
And we spent a lot of the time kind of like tucked in little corners of the park and not in like main arteries, really. We spent a lot of time over at Coke Corner hanging out and sitting and chilling over there. And then, of course, we spent time waiting and experiencing the Walt Disney Magical Life. We did the cavalcade, so we camped out like on the parade route for quite a while to experience the cavalcade. So yeah, it was just kind of a very different park day. So not as many opportunities, I'd say, to really like bump into other people.
Well, we knew it was going to be a chaotic day, so we knew the day before we kind of tried to hit up things we wanted to do for attractions and stuff like that. So the day of the 17th, we kind of we took it easy.
I was trying to remember, like the 17th itself, we did Small World. We rope dropped Small World. I was trying to remember what other attractions we did that day. I feel like we had to have done more.
I think we did Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway, didn't we?
I don't think we did it on the 17th. We did it on the 16th with Eric. I know that. But I don't think we did it again.
That's true. I think we did only do it
maybe we
maybe
did
one
like
time.
Pirates Mansion and Jungle Cruise.
That sounds right. And then the monorail.
And the monorail, yep.
Yeah.
So,
It wasn't a big, heavy day of attractions, but we did do our camp out, and we watched was that on the 70th that we watched the fireworks and everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
We did not make it till we watched the fireworks as
That's
we were walking to the room.
Yeah. So
on the 16th.
So we did Paint the Night, we did the fireworks, Wondrous Journeys, and then we did the Tapestry of Happiness.
Such a fun, cute
Which
little
is
show.
Great that you could just go back to back to back right there.
Yep, so we like parked back at Small World and just experienced all of the above from the same exact spot. It was great.
And we got to meet not meet, we've met him before, but we got to talk to a weekly tier and his wife back there for quite a while. Of course, the concierge folks, Lindsay and Marie.
Yep, Lindsay,
came over.
Marie, and Sarah.
And Sarah
all three came
over
and hung
for
out
that
with
too.
Us.
So it was fun.
A good time.
It was good to have, there's a lot of people that we have Disney connections with that we don't see very often, physically. We see them virtually. So it's cool to kind of meet up with people that we see virtually a lot.
Yeah.
And the Pacific Northwest, I think, at least for our podcast, I feel like the Pacific Northwest is like a hotbed of stuff. Also, I shout this out on the podcast too, but I'm going to shout it out here because I think he deserves to get shouted out anywhere. Don, who runs the Pacific Northwest Mouse Meet. What an amazing, caring, kind, humble individual. Just amazing event that he put on. He was so gracious to us, and his team. So gracious to us, and gave us a shout out when we didn't really. I don't know if deserve a shout out is the right word, but like unexpected. We
weren't expecting. We
didn't sponsor it or anything, but he shouted us out anyway. So it was very, very cool.
Very kind.
He's a great gentleman and funny. Because he had a bunch of like little videos and stuff they did, which was hilarious. I tried to get James to watch it. He wasn't that interested. I was very sad.
Oh, they're so good.
I think we were trying to head out the door or something when that was happening.
They're so good. But yeah, no.
Tangentially, Donna.
Huge shout out to Don and the entire Pacific Northwest team. And also huge shout out to the people that came and presented and took time out of their busy schedules to come up for the weekend to hang out with all of us crazy Disney fans. But that event is just so well put together. You can tell that it's run by a lot of like passionate fans because there's so many fun Disney details around every corner. The entire weekend is just like bursting with Disney magic. And even though like the main event's just the one day, they fill the whole weekend with stuff. So you've got like a themed dinner on Friday plus trivia, and then of course the famous door decorating contest, which is just next level. Like if you've been to a cruise, you've seen like door decorations, but this is like times a million for that because they're like interactive. Some of them you even went into their room to like go through the experience. It's so cool. And then the day of is all day of fun presentations. Oh, I have it with me. I brought some stuff up here for show and tell. This is one of my favorite things. I've lovingly dubbed it the Animation Academy of the Pacific Northwest Mouse Meet. But each year, they have these folks come in, and you can do, like, where you paint a cell is what they call it. So, like, right, ink and paint was something that they did with all the hand-animated Disney classics. And they kind of have a where you can, like, recreate that to a point, and kind of, it's not 100%, but it's very, very fun and it's very cool. So I've lovingly nicknamed it like the Animation Academy for the Pacific Northwest Mouse Meet.
And Teresa did this to shame me into not doing it.
I told Tag, I said, you should come over and do that with me. And he's like, nah, I'm okay. I'm just going to hang out over here and chit chat, which is totally fine too. And then I went over and I saw that they had this character. Hang on. Let me see if I can get it closer to the camera for you. You can see it, I'm sure. But there. So I use like paint pen marker things to color in the line, so it was just like it reminds me of like what the sheet actually is. Do you remember like back in school when you had the
overhead transparency?
Yeah, like the overhead projector paper. Don't mind that. I made a mess of part of it, so don't look there.
What did you do?
Like part of the film started coming off. But it looks okay when you've got it on something. But yeah, so what it was just like this clear thing, and then you paint all the little, you paint it this way. So this is what it looked like as I was building Mr. Hey Hey. And yeah, it was just super, super fun. I did one the first year we were there too. I think it was like one of the little green men from he's in the video. I saw him.
Oh, he's right here.
Yeah.
Because
there's Ernie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gotta find the first one I did. This one I loved though because it was like a half sheet. All of the other ones were full sheets.
I think it's smart that they did it.
I love
in like the little folder thing too.
Mm-hmm. So if you had like a full size one, then they gave you a full size folder to keep it nice. But yeah, now I got to figure out how I'm gonna display my ink and paint creations.
And give me 1 second. I want to show off this thing, and I don't have this set up.
Do you know that we're on the right?
So I got to copy this so you can hear us, and then I got to paste it on this one. Don't worry, you can hear us now, so just give me a second. I'm just trying to do a video.
They can hear us?
Yes.
Yeah, so the hard thing with the little ink and paint thing is it's kind of going on throughout the day, but the only time that I ever feel like I have time to go do it is during lunch. So ate all my lunch, and then everybody was like hanging out, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna go over and do a little ink and paint thing real quick. Anybody wants to join me, they're welcome to. But yeah, it's super, super fun. Use like little paint marker pens, so it's not very messy. And yeah, very fun.
So there's Bob Gurr right
Bob.
here.
We didn't realize that he was there. We were talking with one of our listener friends and Weekly Tears, Stephanie, who was across the way from us, and she was laughing. She's like, "Do you guys know Bob Gurr was like right by you guys for
he was just chilling
for the cavalcade?" And we're like, "What?" So Tag was trying to film something down the street, and
the birthday song they were going to sing.
Yeah, the birthday song, and
oh, Sean, hello.
Spied Bob.
That's true.
Yeah, hello, Sean. We also had someone else join that I saw said hello. Can you?
Megan showed up.
Nope. Up. There we go. Hello, Gail.
And Gail, yep.
But yeah, we had a ton of fun. Tag, you need that screaming hey hey I got signed. We have a photo of him with the screaming hey hey.
It was right here. Let's see.
Did John like laugh? How did that interaction go when you went and asked him to sign that, Sean?
Let me switch to this one.
Oh, fun. Donna saw him at their hotel. He was going to the pool.
And he made noise. I don't know if this will come through.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. So, in case you didn't hear it, there you go.
He's like a rubber chicken.
It was fun. Thank you, Sean, for letting me partake in that. I love Hey Hey.
You could have colored and inked and, well, I guess it was just the paint part.
So look, Megan's going to be there at Christmas too.
There you go. I was his first Hey Hey he ever signed.
Oh, that's cute.
That's kind of, I'm surprised that more people didn't bring Hey Hey for him to sign for any of his events. Yeah. I'm still just floored. We won't give it away here. You can listen to this week's podcast to hear more about it. But we learned some interesting stuff about Hey Hey and Pua, and my mind is still just like blown.
Your mind?
Anyone that will listen to me. In fact, I was telling my nail tech this yesterday when she was doing my nails. I'm like, do you want to know? She asked how my like recent Disney trip went. And I'm like, you would never believe what I learned. Weird facts about Hey Hey and Pua. Look at that. All sorts of folks are heading to the parks for Christmas. How fun.
Not us this year.
No, not us. But that's okay. We're going for Oogie Boogie Bash, and that's
the producers
also amazing.
Are going for Oogie Boogie Bash, which I'm even more excited for.
Are we going to try and figure out a costume for all four of us?
No.
Okay. Perhaps Vern and I will have to do a costume.
You and Vern can definitely do a costume.
We'll invite James. He can do a costume, too.
There you go.
We could do, like, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and then you could be, like...
Uncle Scrooge.
Grumpy Uncle Scrooge. Because you don't want to be doing a costume.
There you go.
Or Donald.
I just... So here's... Let me like explain why I'm just like
Sean.
saying no. Bye, Sean. Is that I see people... First of all, there's a couple facets here. The first one is I'm a competitive person, and there's no way that my costume will ever be as good as some of the people we see at Oogie Boogie Bash. So, like, that's a thing. The other thing is you don't know what the weather is going to be like. So any type of costume you create, you could end up being miserable, and I honestly would rather just be comfortable than
though, it's
have a good
October.
costume. That's true, but you never know because weather is unpredictable. So that's the second thing. And I just want to be comfortable, like... I don't know. Like I like the trips we have now where literally like the night before I just throw all my crap in a suitcase and I'm ready to go. Like I know you still plan a lot because like you have your ears and everything that you do. But like for me, like I got into that age where I just don't want to do a lot of work. And so I just want to throw crap in.
The little costumes that we did weren't work. It was just a blue t-shirt and ears.
Sure, but I don't consider that like a costume.
It's like a bound or something.
I do have my Halloween t-shirt that I want to wear. In fact,
and then you got upset because you had your Halloween jacket that was like way hot.
Yeah, but my Halloween t-shirt I got last year, it's It's the front of my Disney stuff because I rotate through all my Disney stuff.
Sure.
It is the front shirt that I look at every time I start looking through Disney shirts. And I'm like, I want to wear this, but it's not Halloween.
I'm
mine sad.
Organized by season, so then I don't look at it until it's the appropriate season. So then I don't.
You're the smart one there. But I'm sad because I want to wear it.
About it.
But I want to wear it. But that's okay.
But yes.
Which is how I remembered this one, because this one was put away in such a way that I wanted to wear something light, like light color, because it's so stinking hot out right now. And I have a lot of dark Disney shirts. And I was wearing a different shirt earlier today. I was like, oh, it's a live stream night. I should probably wear something Disney. So I picked this one out. And like I said, I told James as I was leaving, I'm like, I hope Teresa isn't wearing this shirt. And here we are.
And here we are. Well, see, I only bought one shirt this
It's
past
a great
trip.
shirt.
You bought two. So.
What other one did I buy?
The Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. Yeah, but I didn't. I want this one. That was a dark purple. So hot.
Either way.
See, Donna thinks it's great that we match. I think it would be a different, I don't think I'd want to match in the park.
Oh, no, I know you wouldn't, because when we were there and my family was there, you specifically did not wear a shirt because we were all wearing
I'm
that
not
blue
your
shirt.
family.
No, I know.
I've been trying to buy.
You would have been adopted for
I've
the
been
day.
trying to buy lighter clothes because it's hot and then everything's dark and I'm like, all I have is dark clothes. I just want some light stuff.
I think it was your trip to Europe.
What about it?
That was the shift in you for making being
because I wanted light stuff. Yeah,
light shirts.
Well, we went because James and I next month, we're doing a day in Universal and a day in Epic Universe before our cruise, not Disney cruise. Everybody always asks, is it a Disney cruise? No, it's not. It's a Royal Caribbean. Teresa did book our Disney cruise for next year for James and I, so there is one coming. However, I knew that I needed more because the last time I bought wicking clothes, wicking shorts and shirts and everything, was when we went to Disney World in 2016. So almost 10 years ago now. So I told James, we were at Walmart with my mom the other day, and I said, let's go buy some wicking stuff. Yeah. So we did.
Dan, I double dog dare you to matchy in the park.
Well, sorry for you, Deanne.
I don't
but
wear
I
T-shirts in the parks, Dan. I don't know if you've ever noticed that.
I am not susceptible to dares.
Well, and he won't even match James.
That's true. There is a groom shirts that we have that are paired, but I won't wear them at the same time he's wearing them.
There's also some other Disney shirt that you guys both got.
Forever Your Mickey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mostly I don't wear that one because that one actually is too small for me now. Yes, Donna, I will definitely share my Epic experience. We will definitely have an episode about that probably.
I'm thinking that's going to be... Oh, you guys have to record your bonus episode about Six Flags.
Yeah,
still.
we do. Maybe James and I'll do that this week because we were going to travel this week and we're not now, so we have time. So we'll probably do it.
And then, for sure, record Epic Universe. Lots of stairs. That's what I've heard. That there's lots of stairs at Epic Universe.
Is it really?
Yes.
I saw... Okay, this is just tangentially related because it's just another theme park. So last night, I hadn't been on YouTube in a while, and I just went into the YouTube app, and I was specifically going for a trailer I wanted to watch. Okay. But you know how you get pushed things when you first go to the page, it has stuff there. And there was a Attractions 360 video, and I was like, what is this? Because the preview thing looked really cool.
Okay.
They went to a theme park in France.
Okay.
That had a water ride, and I say this with questioning because it was a roller coaster, but in water. And so they said it's similar to the technology of the Pirates of the Caribbean in Shanghai, because it's on a track and can be aimed in. But that's cool in and of itself. But the coolest thing was you at part of it, you back up I think you back up. Yeah, you back up into this one like warehouse, and then you lift up this tower, and it connects you. It spins you like this. It rotates you, and then it connects you with a roller coaster drop. And I was like,
where?
That's crazy. It's in France.
Wow.
It's in France. I will show you that sequence. I can pull it up here. But I was like, what? I had to watch it a second time and I had to read the description about it because I was like, where is this? Like, this doesn't. I was so confused. Oh, that is your account. I don't know how that. That's funny. DLWeekly.
Mine?
Let's see if we can find it. Yeah, you apparently at some point had logged into YouTube on here, which is fine.
I don't remember, but okay.
But yeah, Attractions 360, and they just did it, and I was like, what is this? And again, not Disney, so I apologize. But yeah, see, here was the screenshot for it, which looks like intriguing in and of itself. So I will share. I gotta do this, and I gotta do the window. 1 second, everybody. Here it is. Okay, so this is the brand new Bermuda ride. So it's supposed to be an attraction like the Bermuda Triangle. So I will skip ahead. So this is when you start or whatever. And like it's on a track, but you're in a boat going around this kind of whatever. And there's like things happening and all the stuff's in French. But then like there's parts of it that you go up onto a track outside of the water, which is like different, right? And then there's this section here that this turns off. But you'll end up backing into this area, and everything's, like, flashing at you and everything. But watch this. This is, like, insane. So there's, like, audio and stuff going on that doesn't matter. It's all in French. And so you, like, stop, and they're in the front row. And then in a second here, come on, there you go. You start going up. And then it turns, and you can see where you just were, kind of over here. This is where you just were earlier. And then they lift you up.
Holy cow!
Onto this roller coaster drop.
I don't know how I feel about this.
And then it locks in, and then you go. So this is the whole attraction right here. This section and all over there, and.
Oh, that's weird.
And then it's a roller coaster, and then
you go back in the water.
And then you're back in the water. And then later on, they show like from like a back seat. So here's like a better idea here of like, they'll cut to it here in a second, of what that mechanism is like as you're like going up and turning. It's lifting you kind of like from the side.
That's wild.
Is that crazy though? I was like, who came up with this? This is just kind of an interesting.
I'm curious at like
situation.
How does that like work? You know what I mean?
See, here's
like,
the other boat coming in.
Because we were talking with someone about like the Matterhorn, for example, and
Mm-hmm.
like how the fact that there's water at the base and like then that gets, you splash through the water at the end. Well, then that water is now goes through all of the attraction on the vehicles, and how that moisture is causing issues for
See, it's like a rapids at one point that you're on.
So I'm thinking like, well, this water must be doing all sort like how much damage is this doing?
Yeah, and you're on
the track. The track's in there the whole time.
Yeah.
You don't know that it's there, but they've got to be on that track.
It is, yeah. So I was just fascinated by this. Anyway, not Disney related, but fascinating.
That's pretty crazy.
Wear all different shirts themed to. Oh, see, that's a nice idea, Josh.
What do they do?
They wear all different shirts, but themed to one attraction.
Oh, there you go.
I would ride it, Donna.
We could be like the trash cans.
Okay.
Just like you could be, I don't know, the Adventureland trash cans, but like just like a shirt that like is the
right.
print.
No, I get what you're saying.
That'd be funny. We won't be as hardcore as those people that actually like. Did you see that a few years ago?
Had the
people
costume
have, like,
of it.
Made like trash cans.
Yeah.
We won't be that hardcore.
Yeah.
We're gonna do like the T-shirt version of Disneyland trash cans.
So I have a problem though. You got me for Christmas like 2 or 3 years ago now. That light up Bicky sweatshirt.
That
How am I
sweatshirt.
supposed to wash that?
You don't take it out? Like there isn't a way to take the battery pack out?
But what about the lights?
Oh, try it.
I haven't washed it because I don't want it to break.
Aren't there like wash instructions on it? There's got to be care.
There's got to be some care instructions.
Like there's a tag in there somewhere that says
I hope
how you take care of it. I'm sure of it. Because they've got like sweaters that have like lights in them now.
I just thought it was Disney's plan to you only wear it until you are like, it's disgusting now when you throw it away.
No. I'm sure there's like wash instructions on what you do with it. Yes, Donna. A Small World, you could tell that they have updated the lighting in. So much so that I think they updated the lighting a couple months back because we noticed it when we were there in end of May, early June. And like we felt like we had never ridden Small World before. Both of us were like, I've never noticed that. Did they repaint that? Like the entire attraction. We were like noticing so many different things because the lighting is so much brighter, but in a good sense, so that everything looks very fresh, but you can also see all the different layers of stuff that maybe you couldn't see before because it was just dimmer lighting. But yeah, in the final verse at that last scene is so seamless. Tag was joking, like, is this the same? Like, how'd they get the same children? Because it sounds identical to the rest of it, which is like, how did they do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was done very, very well to the point that if you never knew that was new, you would not know.
That's true.
That was new. Same thing with, we talked about Dante and Miguel, how they are both new characters within Small World. And again, they did it in such a great way that if you didn't know that that's a new scene, you wouldn't know that that's a new scene.
I'm excited to see what it looks like for Christmas because those lights will be able to do all types of crazy stuff.
I didn't think about that.
I think every attraction, as they take it down for refurb, is getting converted to LED lighting. And I think it's saving them a lot of money. I think that they don't burn out as quick, and they're brighter, and they have a lot more control over like changing stuff in there.
Well, and what was it? They did, we noticed it for Tiki Room. Tiki Room's also got the brighter lighting. It's not like overly bright in there, but you can just tell things like when the girls come down on the, what do you call that thing? Like the Birdmobile. Yeah. When they come down on that, you can like very clearly see all of the different layers and levels of the birds. Same thing with even like within the room, you can just really see all of the different birds.
The Tiki Room was great because what is it, Tangaroa, the tree?
Oh, yeah, the tree.
The stuff comes down, but is just enough out of the reach of everybody, so that's amazing.
That's probably, what, like a foot taller?
Yeah. But the critique I have for the Tiki Room was they need to turn the volume up on each of the different gods as they go around, because if you're on one side of the Tiki Garden, you can't hear the stuff that's happening on the other side of the Tiki Garden. So that would be my
I'm hoping that they
suggestion.
Fix that, because that didn't used to be, that used to be would grab your attention, and like you could even hear them as you were walking past. That would maybe grab your attention, like, ooh, what's going on in there, to like get you in off the main path to pull you into the Tiki Room. So I hope they adjust that, because we were sitting under Tangaroa. We could not hear Maui at all, who's really not that
we're basically
far.
In the middle. You couldn't hear anything. Sadly, because it's a cute show. It's like it's a great like little intro show to get you to use the time.
And there was another one that was like across from us, close to the
just on the outside,
Tiki
Donna.
Bar.
Inside is fine. The outside is what needs the volume turned up.
But it looked good.
It did look good.
There was a couple of things that the lights kind of highlighted, needed a little TLC that maybe they didn't get attention this last refurb, but they'll get to it. I know.
Well, my biggest disappointment from this trip, refurbishment-wise, was the stretching room in the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Both rooms need
some attention.
Just wear and tear.
But they're going down in a week or 2 weeks for the
and they do put stuff
so
there so far,
hopefully, like, the portraits in the stretching room needed to be dusted is what was going on with those. But then, like, the wallpaper, I guess, in the they're
Sorry, I just noticed Teresa's fingernails.
They're grapefruit.
Oh.
They're little grapefruits.
Hold on. There you go. Sorry, I was trying to figure out. Look how good that camera is at seeing all that stuff. That's so nice. Yeah. Well, because usually you have Disney stuff, so I was like, what Disney thing is that?
No, I only have Disney stuff when we go to Disney, and then I just do other fun, random things. Like I've had little dinosaurs on my nails, like little T-Rexes and Stegosauruses. I didn't show you those? Oh, they were fun.
I would have loved to see those.
Yeah, they were fun. I have a photo of them in my camera, I'm sure. But yeah, we do all sorts of... like I did it. No, my
well,
nail
you tell her
tech.
probably.
Yeah, I find the inspiration pics, and then she
makes it happen. She executes.
She executes. Let's see.
Speaking of executes, poor Teresa tonight. So I came over early to try to get some of this new stuff set up around the podcast studio, and so Vern cooked nice dinner for us, and then Vern and I talked about we apparently are both interested in the Hitman video game. So poor Teresa is sitting there. Poor Teresa is sitting there while Vern and I are talking about this Hitman video games.
I was in my own little world. It was fine. I didn't show you like my little Easter ones with Oh.
Are you going to show those to everybody?
Sure.
Because those are cute. They look like Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm. There's what I did for Easter.
Yeah. That's cute. Oh, I like how you had a little chick.
The little chick popping out. They were like little robin's eggs. Let me see if I'll find you the dinosaurs. There's the dinosaurs.
Well, that was quick.
Apparently it was right before the Easter ones.
All right. Throw them up on the thing.
There's my dinosaurs.
Oh, that's cute. Your nail person is very creative and also very, that's hard on a small nail.
Mm-hmm. No, she does a really good job.
Yeah, Megan, you got to tell people it's a DL Weekly live stream. It's only one Sunday a month.
What the heck?
Well, in fairness, Megan, it's usually last Sunday is what it would have been, but since we were in the Pacific Northwest, it did not happen.
Fun doing Disney things.
Which reminds me, since we're talking about calendar stuff, next month's going to be off too, isn't it? No. Next month will be no.
I don't know.
I think the 3rd is the 17th, but I will be gone. No. Yes, I will be gone.
So we'll have to.
Ooh,
shift
it'll have to be really late because we'll have to figure this out because the 17th I'm gone, the 24th we're gone. We don't get back till the 25th, so we could do the 31st, but that's the Sunday of Labor Day weekend, and I don't know if you got plans.
No, we don't do anything. We're not exciting.
Well, sometimes you do, like your family does stuff. Maybe not for that, but your family's done other stuff. The weather at the Mouse Meet was glorious, Darna.
Oh, my gosh. It was so nice.
It was so warm. First of all, it was terrible hot and humid here in the Midwest. And then it was just kind of warm in California, fairly, not terrible, because there was no humidity, but it was pretty bad. And then the Pacific Northwest, it was this is wonderful.
It was, mid to low 70s?
Yeah, it was great.
Makes you want to just always be there. And then we came back here, and it's hot, and it's humid, and it's just, ugh.
Yeah, I don't know what my phone says right now, because it's humid out. By the way, it's 8 o'clock at night here, just to give you an idea. It is 82 and feels like 87, so if that gives you an indication of the humidity.
82 feels like 87.
And tomorrow...
What's the humidity percentage, though?
Well, the feels
80,
like 90. Gives you
90?
that stuff. Oh, the percentage?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to look. But we got a heat advisory that starts tomorrow because tomorrow it's supposed to be 91 and it's going to feel like 97.
What was it? Monday? No. Wednesday or Thursday this week, our feels like was 105.
Ooh.
So hot and humid.
It's terrible.
Yes, Megan, you're that's very true. It's the Pacific Northwest and Disneyland is so much better than Walt Disney World, but also just the Midwest is better than Walt Disney World because, man, the humidity down there is just something.
Right now we're at 70% humidity.
Oh, so we've gone down. That's good.
Yeah, it doesn't give me what a potential humidity is for tomorrow. It just tells me it feels like temperature.
Our ACs here in the Midwest they're getting their workout.
They are cranking. They are cranking.
Oh, something fun and exciting that we we'll be talking about this week, covering on the podcast this week, but we'll give you guys a sneak peek. The Dreaming Tree Gala has finally released details, and tickets are on sale for the Dreaming Tree Gala happening in Marceline, Missouri. So that was pretty exciting.
If you can make this happen, you should.
It felt like it kind of came out of, like, they made the announcement last year when the dates were, and then we've been patiently waiting for all the details. I think they were waiting to lock in all of the speakers and such, and that's why it took some time to for the final ticket sales and announcements. But yeah, are you pulling it up so we can let them know what the date is if they're curious?
Yeah, if I can. The problem is there.
Go into Discord in host notes. Because I sent you. No. Sorry, host. I lied right there. Because it's not their normal website; it's a different website.
Oh, okay.
September 20th.
September 20th. Yep. And they're gonna have Leslie Iwerks, Don Perry, Matt McKim, Marcy Carricker Smothers, and Holly Foster Wells. Mm-hmm. So
with dinner on the Disney Family Farm
and fireworks.
Ooh, they're gonna have a speakeasy again. Very, very fun.
It was cool. Definitely worth it if you can get out there.
Josh, we did not. We thought we were going to have extra time to be able to go down and do some Seattle things, like the monorail and Wings Over Washington, but we somehow booked the entire weekend without even meaning to book the entire weekend. It just kind of happened.
Yeah.
But next time we'll plan better, or plan for more time out there or something. We'll figure it out. But yeah, we've heard of Wings Over Washington. We've heard mixed reviews on the monorail, but I think we both still just want to do it and
Correct.
experience it anyways, even if it's not as exciting as one would hope. It's still an experience. Plus, Seattle's just... Have you spent any time really in Seattle?
Yeah. When we went to our road trip, remember? The only reason we didn't do the monorail was because it was closed when we were there. But we did the Space Needle, we did the aquarium, we did the Chihuly Gardens, which has all the cool glass sculptures. I think we did some other museum that was there that had...
Mopop or whatever?
Yeah, we did that, which was really cool. We did the market, of course, where they throw the fish and everything. What
speakers did we hear at the Mouse Meet, Tag?
She's doing this because she knows I'm terrible at names.
I was trying to be nice.
No, it was, hold on.
You can do it.
It was Bob Weiss. Mm-hmm. My brain said Bob, and then it said Gurr, but that was not right.
No, wrong
Bob Weiss, Tim Delaney.
Yes.
And
John Musker.
John Musker.
So Bob Weiss, that's probably a name that you're familiar with. He was most recently, before he retired from Walt Disney, the company, was the president of Imagineering, and
the ambassador is what his last.
His last title was he was the global ambassador for Imagineering. But prior to that, he spent, I think it was almost 10 years as the president of Imagineering.
Yeah.
But he worked on all sorts of projects, starting with Tokyo, all the way through. He did, what was it, the refresh of DCA, I guess would be what you'd call it.
He did Cars Land and
so
front stuff, yeah.
So he did a ton of stuff with Imagineering. Tim Delaney also worked with Imagineering. I'm trying to remember.
He had some great stories.
He started with Epcot, and he did concept design type work when it came to what was your role in Imagineering.
There was a joke that, because he worked on DCA 1.0.
Oh.
So there was a joke that he did the first concept and then Bob came in and fixed it.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was just, and I think he made that joke.
He made that joke, which, I mean, it's no secret, and they even were aware that it wasn't as great as it could be, but it was because of time and budget constraints. So you could only do so much with what you're given, and they did the best they could with the box that they were put in to be able to do this. So, and they were super respectful of each other with how that went, and both had nothing but positive things to say about the other ones, even though they kind of were poking fun at each other for that. And then John Musker worked in Walt Disney Animation, and I want to say the first film he worked on was The Great Mouse Detective, and then he most famously was known for directing. He worked a lot with Ron Clements, but they directed what was it? The Little Mermaid, I want to say, was the first one. Aladdin, he talked about, all the way through Moana, the original, was all different films that he worked on.
Yeah.
Treasure Planet was one, all sorts of different stuff. So that was really, really fun and interesting to hear because, like, he was, like, working in animation during the Renaissance. So it was really, really great. It was really interesting hearing all three of their stories. It was really interesting. The second day on Sunday, they had a special talk that was just Bob and Tim. So it was kind of a conversation about their careers, and they were, answering Q&A questions from the audience, talking a little bit more in depth about, like, Imagineering as a whole. And that was when the jokes came of, I did GCA 1.0 and then Bob fixed it, or, whatever.
Yeah.
So it was really, really fun. Very great. Very, very interesting.
And we talk all about it on the episode that's going to land this week. So if you want to hear more, that's where we have a lot of that stuff going on there.
But yeah, it was a really, really great. Really, really great. And we were very fortunate because all three were folks that we had never seen present and speak before. So it was all brand new information and all new people that we then got to meet. Because the other cool thing with the Mouse Meet is you get to see these folks present, but then there's also like meet and greets that they have set up. So you can go meet these folks, chat with them for a little bit, get things autographed, get photos taken with them. So that was all really, really fun too. So I was very happy to get a couple more signatures added to my Disney adult autograph book. And the cool thing about my book, which I didn't even think about this when I started doing it this way, which, shout out, it was a weekly tier, Dave, that inspired me to get my own autograph book. His is way cooler, but
he's had his loggers, that's all.
He's got such a good like, no, I mean, like, the book itself's cooler.
Oh, sure.
So mine's just kind of a plain what I could find fast and with what I wanted size-wise and page-wise.
The book itself doesn't matter. It's what's inside.
Yeah. Well, and then I decided it's plain, so I can slap a bunch of Disney stickers on it. So, like, my Walt's Barn, when you go visit Walt's Barn, you get a sticker. So, like, that's on
I don't know if this is what Teresa was going to say or not, but one of the things about this is when she goes to have other people sign it, they start looking through the book and seeing what other people, and some of them are impressed by some of the things. Yeah. I'm sure it's the same with
it was fun.
With Dave.
It was really fun. So, like, when John was signing it, he was looking at it, and Jim Megan signed my book when we met him in the spring. And he's like, oh, Jim! Like, because, right, these are people that they worked with and people that they knew. So it's really fun watching them kind of go through and, recognize people, not just because of their contributions to Disney, but recognize people because they were their coworkers with them. So that's super, super fun. Hello, Leanna. Thank you so much for taking some time and coming to meet us at the meetup in Linwood. I know you guys were on your way home from another event, so that was really special that you stopped and said hello.
And Megan, to answer your question, one of the last weeks in October.
Yes.
I can tell you the exact dates if you give me 1 second, because I have a calendar in front of me.
And the thing that's we don't have airfare
just
yet.
But we'll be there the week of sometime between the 18th and 26th. Mm-hmm. Sometime in that time frame.
And then we don't have another trip planned, which is weird because this year we had all of them like penciled in so far in advance.
The best year that we ever had doing this, though, was like 2 years ago because we had the whole year planned and it was all spread out and it was good.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We will.
We're still going to do some cool stuff.
Of course we will. Well, sometimes the hard thing is like waiting ever so patiently for some of these events to announce when they're going to be, like when they're going to have like the Gumball Rally. Like we don't know when exactly the Gumball Rally is for next year.
Well, the Dreaming Tree Gala, like we knew the date, but we didn't know anything else.
But that was perfect because then we could pencil the date.
I suppose, yeah.
So then we knew.
We did pre-book our Airbnb for that because there's limited availability.
We did reserve our accommodations right away. We did not get our first pick. Apparently we were talking up that spot too much and someone else snagged it. No, I don't know. I don't know what actually happened. That's just what I'm going to say in my mind is what happened is we were raving about it and someone's like, ooh, that sounds perfect, which is just fine. Totally fine. We're still very close. We're still within walking distance.
Yeah. It'll still be nice.
It'll still be great.
And who knows? Maybe the thing we booked is even better than the last thing we did. So who knows?
Maybe. We're closer to the museum now.
I'm just happy to be back in Marceline because Marceline is a lot of fun. And the people there are so great. And that pizza place is amazing.
Yes.
It's just, I don't
and
know.
The barbecue place and Mavics.
Really close to being Disneyland without being Disneyland, I think. It's just gives that vibe.
in its own way.
But it gives that vibe.
Yeah. Megan, no Christmas trip, no holiday trip planned for this year. So this will be year number 2, I think, now. Because we're trying to intentionally, it's not going 100% to plan, but we're trying to intentionally hit up different times of the year because we realize that there are certain things like the Gumball Rally that we've never experienced, or like the Chalk Walk, or Lunar New Year. We've never experienced Lunar New Year. We've reported on it since 2017. 2018, because 2017 we started in the fall. But we've been reporting on it for years, but we've never actually been able to do it.
Maybe, Megan, one of these years we'll have our crap together and we'll know all of our dates, and then we could tell everybody our dates, then people can...
Can I tell you all a secret?
Uh-oh.
I guess it's not really a secret, but I'm thinking people don't notice it, so it's kind of like a secret.
Oh, yeah.
I have not updated it yet, but... on our Instagram page, if you go find us on Instagram, it's just DLWeekly. In our little bio, let me show you. It's not updated because obviously it's in the past. I do throw in there what our upcoming trips are. So, like, I need to, once we buy our tickets to the Dreaming Tree Gala, I'll put that, like, for sure. I only put stuff on here when it's, like, solid plans. So that means, like, airfare has been booked, tickets have been purchased, sort of thing. So, if you're ever curious, check that out. Or if it's like it is right now and it's out of date, call me out on it. Send me a message on Instagram and say, hey, DL Weekly, your upcoming trips are in the past. What's up?
Well, the reason you probably don't notice that, too, is most people only go to the profile when they follow it.
Yeah.
Well, hello, Cooper. Thanks for listening since 2019.
Awesome. Thank you.
Make sure that you put in a nice thing for the 400th episode. That'd be awesome if you haven't already.
You live 2 hours from Disneyland? Jealous.
Yeah. Are you updating that right now?
I am updating it right
Good
now
job.
so I don't forget about it. What's the date for the Dreaming Tree? September 20th.
September 20th. And then we'll have to figure out the week for Halloween stuff. But you're trying to what are we waiting on for that? Is it just plane? We're trying to figure out best cost for planes and stuff?
Yes, and I'm slightly waiting to see if we get a little bit more info on Disneyana.
Oh.
To see who's going to be at Disneyana if we want to fly in Friday night versus Saturday morning. We'll see. We will see. Because I think we'll have to figure out. We'll have to figure out when all of the things are that we want to do and plan it all out. But the only thing we have so far for that is our Oogie Boogie Bash ticket. We also have to figure out where we want to stay. Because I'm not sure if we'll be staying at the Howard Johnson this time round or not.
We could stay at some other place on Harbor or whatever.
Some other place out. So who knows?
We could stay at the place that you and Vern stayed at, and we could peek into the Avengers Campus construction.
Desert Palms, yes.
It's How long? 3.5-ish hours?
It's
4 hours?
4 hours, Donna, and it takes us 2 hours to get to the airport. So
2 hours to the airport, about an hour to 2 hours waiting at the airport, then the 4 hours flying, and then another however long to get out of the airport and then travel.
It's
a whole day.
8 to 9 hours.
Yeah.
Nonstop. Yeah, nonstop, it's 4 hours. I try real hard to book us nonstop because this ones whenever we stop, it ends up being a short whatever chain of flights with a stop is 6 hours.
Yeah. So Megan, the thing is with the 2 hours, we have an airport that's like 15 minutes from us, but there's no direct flights.
There's like 2 flights.
There's also 2 flights a day, so it's like trying to fit into that, and it goes to Chicago, so it goes in the opposite direction than we're trying to go, and all of that stuff. It is convenient if we can ever make it work. It just doesn't really work. It is not faster to drive down to O'Hara because
6 hours.
Yeah, that's 6 hours for us.
Yeah.
Cooper, I don't know if I have a favorite locomotive. I just know that I like the forward-facing tender. I know Teresa prefers the side-facing tender.
Your journey's more grueling than Honolulu to Long Beach. That's wild, Kavehi.
Yeah.
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
And you get to fly into Long Beach.
No.
Dang. Jealous of all you guys. Jealous.
Well, I mean, some of the people we met for the mouse meet, like, they're so close to the airport, they can get down. Well, like Dave, who we've talked about on the podcast before, he can make it, like, he could decide some morning, oh, I want to go to Disneyland today, and he can make it happen and get back home in the same day. Wouldn't that be the life?
That would be a very dangerous life for me.
You just have, like, some day where you're like, you know what? I want a Dole Whip.
Yep.
I'm going to Disneyland.
But yeah. But it's worth it, as you all know. It is worth the travel, but that's, yeah.
And Teresa and I usually have a pretty good time, like, driving to the airport and stuff. Like, we usually enjoy conversation. We talk about what's coming up or just other things or life. You know, we also do talk about non-Disney stuff together. I know it doesn't seem that way, but we do.
Okay, off topic. My favorite cold brew. Do you
I don't
mean
think
like
that's
at the
off topic.
resort, Gail, or in life? Like ones that I can get while I'm home or ones that are at the resort? Honestly, I think my favorite resort one has been the horchata one that they had
Really?
a little bit. Yeah, they don't have it
More
anymore.
than your Black Calf cold brew
I enjoy that one.
that you pick all the
Yeah,
chocolate
that I take all the
cereal out
but
of?
there was something about the horchata one and it didn't help that you could get that in 2 sizes, so I could get a large if I wanted one. But yeah, at the resort, I think my like all-time favorite was the horchata that they had at Rancho.
There you go. Well, that's a
However, the other one that's really good that they have all the time is not a cold brew, but there's a Vietnamese iced coffee that's over in DCA at the cappuccino cart. So that's that little like Joffrey's cart that's by the the bridge to San Francisco, in between there and where the entrance to Little Mermaid is. That cart there, there's a Vietnamese iced coffee there that they use sweetened condensed milk in to give it, you know, some sweetness and a little creamy flavor. That is also very delicious. I tend more on the scale of things, I go more towards the sweet side, but there is definitely a too sweet, too sickly sweet side.
And yeah, the fireworks in
Yes.
Star Wars Land are great. We want to see the projection show there again because we had like a technical problem when the projection show happened. So
I wonder if they'll still be doing that in October or not.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
Well, it is past our stream time now,
It is.
so that was a great question to end it on. And yeah, so we'll put a date out for August and see what we're gonna do with that because things get a little weird with
For
travel.
October?
August for the next time we have one of these.
Oh, yes.
And then we'll try to get the dates out for October too, as well. So maybe I'm gonna put pressure on all of you. Maybe we'll see you at the Dreaming Tree Gala.
Ooh, maybe.
So
Have a good night,
night,
everyone.
everybody.
Thank